Human beings of the world.
Human beings of the world.
Taste of Culture is a good day where we come here and have, good laughs and stuff.
You know the vibes, man. We just be chilling. We talk about culture. We talk about deep stuff.
We talk about Bobo.
Hi. How you doing,
How you doing, Bobo?
You doing all right?
Doing good?
Yeah, we talk about Bobo, stuff like that.
Everybody here in this room, please help me welcome BM of Cars.
Yes, sir. What's up, brother? How you doing,
bro?
man?
What's up, G? Yes, sir.
Big president, man.
Yes, sir.
President of Big Titty Committee.
Big Titty Committee in the house.
Got you excited, says she want more than a tip. I ain't talking about guidance, darling. Mommy is wild and body terrorizing. Give you what you been desiring.
How you doing, bro? How you
Good,
doing?
man. Good. Thank you guys for having me.
Of course, bro. Thank you for coming, man. Actually, this has been the episode I've been most excited about.
Yeah?
100%.
Let's
Just
go,
because,
let's go.
I feel like you're a dope guy. Just the fact that you speak great English, you're from LA, you're an idol, but then also you're in fashion and all these great things we could talk about, you know what I'm saying? So thank you for coming on, bro.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I watched the gang of you guys' videos too.
Oh, I watch your stuff too, your music,
Thank you.
your funny stuff, your dance practices. I saw your TikToks. And then, Dive Studio, shout out to the Dive Studio family. We
Yes.
watch all of that stuff.
Shout out to them, man.
But
for
before
sure.
we start this interview, go ahead and say hi to Bobo. This is Bobo right here.
What up, Bobo?
Bobo, be nice. Say, come on, Bobo, don't be
He's
shy.
got a nice little pose.
Yeah, he's a little shy, another Bobo, I'm put in the back, cause Bobo's family, you know what I mean?
How did you get into music from the beginning? You're from LA, so you came from a whole different background, and now you're a K-pop idol. How was that?
As far as music goes, I mean, for me, you know how LA culture is you're with your friends, you finish school, you end up in a garage, turn on a beat, and you guys freestyle with each other and then bag on each other, and that culture is so big, whether you're good or not. So it started with that, and then I started writing lyrics since I was, I want to say freshman year of high school.
Okay, so it was just a fun scribble thing.
Yeah. It wasn't anything
Yeah.
yo, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna make it with this. But it was something that I was always into because I just loved rap and hip hop. After that, I got into dancing. And then that was kind of my main thing.
Yeah, you're very good at this.
Oh, thank you.
Be hitting this joint. I can't do
Yeah.
I see him twisting his vertebrae and stuff. I'm like, Lee, how am I supposed to learn that?
You stretch every morning, don't you?
I try to nowadays. Yo, I'm getting kind of old now,
Nah,
so I
don't
have
start
to. I have to.
I don't know why everybody likes saying that nowadays.
Oh, I think at some point we might start saying it. I mean, I'm already saying it. Yeah,
But
I'm
how
getting
old are
older.
you guys?
Yes.
24?
Yeah.
24?
I'm 27.
Oh, you're 27.
yeah.
Ah, okay.
I'm playing with you, bro. I
He's
ain't
20. He's 23.
23, 24.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So I
People
hit
think
it
I'm
pretty-
28 sometimes, bro. I don't know where they get that age from.
Wait till you guys hit 30. It
Damn.
starts feeling a little bit different.
A little stiff?
A little
is
bit,
It,
a little
is it
bit.
right when you hit 30 or
No, I'm gonna say it's gonna start coming at 28.
It's gonna creep up on you, huh?
It crept up on me around then. And then I started feeling the middle of my back, just you guys ever have that moment
Yes.
where, oh, you guys already
It's
have
happening
it?
to
Hey,
me.
take care of yourselves now, bro.
Cheers.
One time I sneezed, right? I sneezed and I was oh, and I felt something on my back, and I just couldn't move from this angle. So I was just literally walking around the house like this.
From sneezing?
And then I'll
That's
try
tough.
to get up, I'll be okay, never mind. And then that's how it was.
Damn, bro.
It's that bad.
Starting 30?
Starting 29, 28. No, but the deep tissues and the foam rollers and really trying to have good posture, it really helps.
Damn, my posture is jacked, bro.
Yeah,
You saw?
me too, bro.
Nah, you alright, man. You supermodel over here, man.
No. Only then is when
He said, only when I'm out in Paris, bro. Other than that, I'm chilling.
I come back home, I'm walking around like
Damn,
this again.
Too much, bro. That's funny.
That's so funny.
I'm sure you're exaggerating though, because I be seeing you dancing and it does not look like you have any body problems.
I try to take care of myself.
There you go. That's probably what it is. Do you
That's
play a lot of
good, bro.
sports too, I'm assuming?
I used to play basketball a lot, regularly.
That's why you're so tall, huh?
Oh, no.
I think you're taller than me too. You're 6'3" too?
6'2". I love basketball, but
crazy.
what sucks is I'm not that good. So everyone tells me when I play with them, I'm such a waste of height.
Nah.
I'm like, man, you guys
We
suck.
gotta ball up, man.
Let's go.
I'ma put you to
You
work.
guys good?
You want to hoop tonight?
I'm alright.
No, that's not. I feel like you guys are gonna be mad good.
Bro, I'm ass, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
swear.
I'm bad.
That's what everyone says when they're mad good.
He's alright.
I'm bad, actually.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
actually
good.
bad. He's good.
He said I'm alright. He said I'm
You be
alright.
dunking, bro. You be dunking.
Nah,
I
nah,
swear.
nah. I can't. I don't know. Sometimes.
He be be on.
Sometimes I miss though.
Okay,
I get
okay.
hung.
I mean, hey,
Tonight?
I just got a text a
Not
while
tonight,
ago.
not tonight. I got practice tonight.
Oh,
I
okay,
got
okay,
a comeback
okay.
coming up too. We could get into that later too.
Yeah, we can talk about that. Oh, if you want, we can talk about that now too.
We can.
What's cooking?
We have a comeback. Oh man, when is this gonna air?
When's your comeback?
Regardless, it's not going to be before your comeback.
Hey, my label and my members, they get so mad at me because I
You
kind of
just do-
spoil
oh,
everything,
okay.
and I just like say everything because they
Well,
can't control my English.
That's funny.
Yeah, so there's no filter with me. Like
You
every,
just
like
be
they always.
chilling. Yeah.
It's next month.
Next month, it's
Look, he's in the back.
Next
Like,
month.
he's in the back shaking his head. He's like, again.
Don't cut this. I'll take one for the team. It's for the
Say that.
fans.
Say
It's
that.
for the
Say
fans.
that. Say that.
you know what I'm saying?
If he ain't mad, I ain't mad.
He's crying inside him.
I'm like, bro, again.
And then we.
Hey, yo! I mean, do you have solo projects coming out?
As of now, we have a group stuff first.
Okay.
Cool.
But I'm always cooking up my own solo stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was watching the, I think it was 2 days ago, like one of your like documentaries about Card.
Oh yeah.
And I saw you in the studio cooking, you know what I mean, like working on the beat. So like, you do a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
you don't just
you're
dance
versatile.
or like,
Respect.
like you do a lot of stuff,
I
right?
try, man. I try. I think what really, gravitates me towards it is just the creative process.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just love making stuff out of nothing.
Hey, okay.
So, and music, I had to learn by myself when I got here because when I first started training, there was, like, the culture of my company wasn't like, let's get these guys to make their own tracks, let's get them to write their own lyrics and everything. Everything was like, okay, it's lined up for you and you do what we tell you to do. But I think I was kind of like the first one in the company to break that and be like, nah, I kind of want to do it,
Like
you know
this.
what I mean,
Yeah.
my way and like
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
write my own lyrics and potentially write beats for the group I'm gonna end up being in, which happened. So
That's dope, yeah.
I'm only trying to upgrade from here, and as you go, you build taste too. So I think it's going in the direction I want it to.
Oh,
I'm very happy to hear that. Too. I'm very, very happy to hear that. Like, I actually like when people actually have their taste and their flavor, because like it kind of shows who you are. And that's why I asked you the solo project, because I'm assuming that when people do solos, they kind of highlight themselves more than they would in a group.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah.
So given that, like, I've seen a lot of your music videos. We react to a couple a long time ago.
Oh, which one?
We react to Bomb Bomb.
Dumb Liddy?
We Dumb Liddy. He likes Dumb Liddy a lot.
Thank you.
Shout out to Card.
That was my first track that I produced.
Oh, you
for my
produced
group.
it?
Yeah, I produced Dumb Liddy. Yeah, that's
That's
me, bro.
probably why. That's probably why we like it. Oh,
Thank you,
shit.
bro.
All right, you gotta produce more, man.
Yeah, yeah.
I approve this one, man. Dumb Lady was lit.
I thank you.
Pun intended.
Okay, so you started in LA, you moved to Korea. When did you realize, yo, I could be an idol? Looking at you, most people are like, yo, he's probably a hooper, right?
Yeah,
Like,
he probably plays basketball.
or a model,
Probably
even,
does.
right?
Oh, yeah,
But
model,
like, when
that's a
did you
good one.
realize, like, yo, I could actually pull this off?
Oh man, funny story.
Oh, we like those.
This whole thing of me ending up here, it started with my mom signing me up for a audition program. So,
In LA?
In LA.
Okay.
So I had no intention of coming to Korea and starting a career out here with music and being an idol. I just wanted to dance and study psychology in
You must be
in
smart
LA.
then.
What am I thinking
I
right
mean,
now?
I only
Psychology?
made it to Psych 1.
You be manipulating people, huh? Psych 1 is still a lot, yo.
No. I get manipulated too much for me to.
He said, I'm the victim.
Hey, we'll get into that later too.
We
but-
can get to it now. Why
Why
we
you wanna
waiting?
wait till-
Why you
You're right, you're right.
procrastinating,
We're
bro?
here, we're
It's because we
here.
keep jumping the gun. We went from LA.
Yeah, we all over the place, bro. And we got like 100 questions here. I feel like we're not gonna ask none of them
I
because we
know.
out here talking about
Talking about random
psychology.
stuff.
Yeah. What was the question?
It be like that.
Yeah.
My mom signed me up. I couldn't speak any Korean, nor did I know too much K-pop at the time. Boa was one of the judges.
Okay.
cool.
Sad but still funny story. I kept getting dropped each audition, but she kept saving me. And then that one audition, I think it was the 4th round. That round I did good, and then they dropped me. But what's dope is like it was a beautiful way to like leave the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It really left I guess a good image on people. And then auditioned for DSP, which is the label I'm with right now. They saw something in me, and then ever since then, that's when I started thinking like, okay.
Boa,
Yeah.
like since she's seen something in you, that's probably why she was helping you and stuff. Like, are you guys close now? Like, did it Is it a full circle?
Yeah.
You know what? At the time, she did say a lot about me apparently to like the writers and the producers. So I think I sent her a DM one time, but I didn't get a reply. I ran into her one time after that, and I told her like, "Yo, like you're the reason I'm here." And
So it did come full circle.
Yeah.
Shout out.
She was like, "No, that wasn't me. No, that was you." I was like, "No, it was her."
Everything happens for a reason, bro.
Yeah,
like maybe
that's dope,
even
bro.
you not even getting accepted at the time was because God has had a better route for you.
God's plan.
Yeah, God's plan. You should
Shout out
never
Drake, man.
and God's speed, all of that. You should never doubt those because what if you went that route and you wasn't able to be as creative as you are now?
100%.
Because like I'm sure you see life as like a playground and you can just create whatever you want. If you took that route, maybe all of that would have been. You know what I mean?
Yo, you know what we should do if
Oh,
we do
shit,
an
what?
interview again? We should drink while we do it. I feel like we could get into like some deep.
Let's
We
drink
can
tea
get into it right now.
and
We got
water.
alcohol here?
We don't drink.
I'm sorry.
But I'm
We
down
can still
to
get into some deep
I'm
shit.
down-
though.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Kids, you guys don't need
Kids.
alcohol to get into deep.
What about the psychology you was talking about, bro? Let's go brains.
So I wanted to study either criminal or counseling. So I kind of wanted to help kids that like get out of drugs.
Oh, that's
Okay.
good.
I saw it hurt a lot of people around me, so I kind of wanted to, be an influence on the younger generation, having less of that and like just be a healthy,
That's beautiful, yeah.
have a healthy mindset.
Yeah, I mean, it's an issue in the world today.
It is.
And a lot of people don't shed light on it.
Yeah.
Right? So it's honestly why it's a problem to talk about it. But like,
It seems like you're very purpose driven. That's
Yeah.
what I got from this.
100%.
What do you think is your purpose now? Do you have a purpose that you're,
I love that question, and I have an answer for that question. My favorite rappers is Tupac and J. Cole, and the reason is long live Tupac, by the way. Tupac left, I think, such a big impact. I love the story of how at first, when he was starting his career, everything was like, like super gangster and thug, right? But then his last albums were about being good to women, getting out of the gang life and like really influencing good in the world. Obviously that's a completely different experience of what I'm experiencing, but as far as influence, I want to leave that type of energy in the world where someone can breathe a little bit easier. You know what I mean? Whether it be through my music, through just watching my performances or something I say online, if it gives you a little bit of giggles, or if it's like something that really impacts you. And I feel like that's really why I'm here and what I have to continue to try not to forget, because like this industry will put a lot of
easy
stuff
to
in
forget who you are as well, right?
100%.
that's
So,
goosebumps for me.
I'm really happy that you asked that, because every time I'm asked it, I remind myself again.
Wow.
And I looked through your Twitter and I've seen you tweet a lot of stuff that actually I believe in, and sometimes I think about it a lot.
Yeah.
You tweeted something about selfish and selfless people. I don't know if this count as a pet peeve, but like the things that I hate the most is basically selfish people and fake people.
That's a pet peeve.
That. But I think there's times where it's important to be selfish, and then times where it's important to be selfless, and then the opposite as well. What's your take on that? Are you?
I thought about it a lot. I used to be someone that gives so much more than take. I'm gonna give 100 and not expect anything. And whatever comes back, that's what I deserve. And living like that, I feel like I got so much more, right? Either I was bliss to it, like completely bliss to it, or I'm just starting to realize it now. I'm running into more selfish people. So I feel like when it's good to be selfish is when you run into selfish people.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Good.
And when it's good to be selfless is when you run into selfless people. Now the hard part about that is how do you
Identifying.
distinguish?
Yeah.
The other day we was talking to somebody about this as well.
Yeah.
He was saying like, he was like that. He was
Yeah.
very selfless, and he still is like that.
Yeah.
And he just never expects anything in return when he
Yeah.
does things for people,
He's a
right?
very generous person.
But in the end, he just feels like he forgot himself. Right? So when you constantly just give and you give and you give and you give, and there's never anything in return. Sure, you're giving and it's great, but then what about you, right? It's
Because
interesting
it's
to hear.
selfish towards yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you can be selfless towards others, but like everything you're giving, I don't know. Some people love giving. Like when they give, they become happy. It's like a serotonin to them. But at the same time, once you give too much of yourself, at one point you're not gonna have enough to give to yourself, and so that's not good for you.
Yeah.
At that point, you're loving others and you're not loving yourself.
Yeah.
You're at war with yourself and you're at peace with the world.
Yeah.
And you don't want that. You know,
Yeah.
it's beautiful to be at peace on both sides, but through experience, I feel like that's impossible. I think that, war, I think peace is unattainable without war. And I see those things and I can analogize those with selfish and selfless. And I don't know what's good and what's bad. So that's why when I saw that tweet, I was like, oh my God.
You know, it kind of puts a lot in your brain, right? Because that tweet or that statement in itself, it could be vague, but what it links to, it's endless.
It's endless.
Right? So what you were saying about like fake people, right? I have a thing with loyalty. I feel like I don't like breaking loyalty with people. But the question, you know, at times that I get asked, and I seen this in a different interview too, is when does it start becoming disloyalty to yourself, being loyal to others?
Oh,
you know what I mean? And that kind of just
Yeah,
blew my
that just
mind.
blew me up right
yeah,
now, too.
because you can kind of put yourself in a situation where you're getting the short end of the stick, and you're kind of, you know, putting yourself in the back burner for other people. For you, that's loyalty. And it could be a pride thing, like I take pride in being loyal, yada, yada, yada. But when you look at it from a different perspective, it's like, bro, are you dumb?
Yeah.
You know, like that can come out, like, are you dumb? Like, what are you doing to yourself right now?
What's the cost? And it's you're the sacrifice.
Yeah. So it's hard, man. I go through it a lot. I'm like in my own head and I'm like trying to convince myself like, yo, it'll come back around. You know, in the moments where I say, no, I'm still gonna be loyal to it and I believe it's gonna come back around, I still stand behind that.
Sometimes I'd be like, man, like I think a lot too, just
Yeah.
like you, right? And probably just like him.
Yeah.
And I think nonstop, like it's insane, right?
In
But
an unhealthy way.
very, very unhealthy, right? And so I go and I just sit down sometimes and I'm like, isn't life so much easier if you just don't think?
Because through history, when were the times in our lives where we were happiest? It was when we were kids.
That's exactly what what's
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
when we were kids, we don't think of nothing. We just do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
And
from
so-
there, we learn. And,
Yeah.
You know what I
In
mean?
a world where you don't think,
What does that look like?
what does that look like? And does it even matter if he's selfish or selfless? Like, does that matter? If we look below the surface, does any of this stuff matter?
Yeah.
You don't die
In the end, we all end up in dirt, right?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you don't leave with any of the stuff that you're here with right
Yeah.
now. So
Before we move on to the next segment, I have a question for you. Right?
what's up?
What do you think? Man, we getting too deep. I don't know if I like this
I
deep.
love this though. Hey, my fans love this too.
You sure?
yeah,
Because it's a comedy show. We don't do that. You watch our show.
Actually,
We never
you're right,
do this.
right. Why are we getting so deep?
We
man?
never
It's
do
fun, though.
this.
It's fun. It's
Yeah.
fun. I
But
mean,
it's real. It's real though. We're in
Yeah,
a real
these
place
are
right now.
actually questions I think of on my own. And
yeah.
Okay, what do you think about pride? Is it
Pride is
necessary?
the
Is it
devil.
good? Oh,
shout out Jacob.
you got it. Hold on.
Hey, I said I love J. Cole. Yeah.
I love J. Cole,
Pride,
too.
pride. Man, too much of it will kill you, but not enough of it will also kill you. You're gonna have pride for who you are and where you're at, and that's according to the standard that you put yourself to, right? That you hold yourself to. I think it's good to raise the standards little by little as you go and as you experience life. But I have this thing where every time I've been the most depressed in my life is when I look way too far ahead, as opposed to what I gotta do right in front of me, right? And the more I look far, it's just the more it looks more unreachable. And you need to have humility. You need to have humility. But okay, let's put those two as opposed to each other, right?
Yeah.
Too much humility is also not good for you either.
Horrible. Everybody takes advantage.
You'll get taken advantage of, but too much pride it's gonna mess with your head, and I feel like it leads to just unhappiness. For me personally.
What type of person are you? Do you live in the present more than the future? Or, because like, you know what they say, the future is where anxiety lives, past is where depression is because you can't change it, and then the present is where unexpectedness is. So like, where's your headspace usually? Because it looks like,
Seems like
you think in the future a
Yeah,
lot, right?
that's what it seems
I
like.
used to.
Okay.
I used to. So I have a firm belief in going about my life trying to control what I can control. The things that I can't,
Thank you.
I just gotta leave it where it's at.
Good for you.
You know, that's God's plan. Things you don't want to happen, you need to prepare yourself for that and try to avoid those too. So that's how I look at it. Past, every time I think about the past, it's usually good. for
Oh,
me.
good.
Yeah, I feel happy. I don't really feel depressed because all the bad stuff that happened, that brought me here.
Yeah.
All the good stuff that happened, it's a
part of the plan.
It's
It's a part of the
memories.
plan.
So
Yeah. When did you even realize that happened?
it was actually recent. I think it was like 2 years ago.
Okay.
I had too much stuff that was out of my control, and that made me think ahead too much of a future that just was completely negative. That I just, I pretty much thought that I was just gonna flop and not make it at all. You know, being in a situation where it was so uncontrollable, panic attacks and anxiety, depression, all that. And then what really brought me back is just, what do I have in front of me? What can I do? And I was in the studio and I was making music. I was like, you know what? This is all I could do right now. Might as well just do this.
Might as well worry about
That's
what
all I
I
got.
can control.
Yeah. And then the song I wrote right after that was fire. I love that song.
What song was
I
it?
think it was Dumb
Dumb
Ditty.
I knew it.
Oh, that makes sense, bro. Hey, bro, beauty comes out of the madness all the time, bro.
I love it, bro.
All the
I
time.
love it, bro.
Bobo, what you think about that?
Bobo.
Right. I agree. Injun. Yeah, Mazayo. Guys, we're gonna move on to the next segment, man. We're pondering a little too much
It's
here.
too much. It's too fun.
It's too deep. You know, let's laugh a little bit. And
Yeah,
then,
let's
you know,
go.
we're gonna get deep again later. It was him, bro.
I got the number. We on, man.